JB here. Hope everyone's doing outstanding. Wednesday, January 14th, 3:34 on this fine afternoon. Talk quick about the market. Some names I'm looking at go from there. S&P, actually, the SPY just broke 690. S&P is down 0.5%. The NASDAQ taking it on the chin today, off the lows, but NASDAQ is still off over 1.14%. Small caps in the green, up 0.75%. And then oil, silver, and gold rallying to highs. And why'd we sell off today and see tech names taking on a chin? Is it the bank earnings, right? Bank of America selling off, is it still 4%? Yeah, down 4% today, despite decent earnings. I guess their EPS a little rough. This is after JP Morgan selling off yesterday. Again, decent earnings from JP Morgan. It's down just a little in the red. Is this profit taking as those stocks are at highs, or is it just the start of something bigger? I guess we'll find out in the coming days. This morning, retail sales came out better than expectation, 0.6 versus a 0.5% estimate. So that came in decent, while PPI was a little hotter than expected. But I mean, we could have been up today, and you could make the same case for stocks to be higher. And on the flip side, we could be substantially lower, and you can make the case for that with geopolitical tensions. Now you're just waiting for the headlines to come out that there's some kind of military activity in Iran. I mean, market's been very resilient. So it's like, I wouldn't say it's all baked in, but what's the other headline today? Tariffs, right? Uncertainty around the tariffs. I'm like, you think the market today was pricing in the tariff resolution from the president from the from the Supreme Court? You think that the ruling was supposed to come out today, like that the market was baking in today? Like it was supposed to be Friday, right? Then it's supposed to be today. Who knows when that comes out? There's talk, and I remember reading stuff over the weekend that if it gets delayed, the longer it gets delayed, the odds of it not being deemed illegal increase. So who knows what that all looks like? It's a whole mess, right? I mean, they rule it illegal, and then the current administration's got to figure out ways to workarounds for tariffs they can't fit in under that. It just ah, makes for interesting headlines and conversation. But amongst that, we have to trade the market here. So we have some chop. I've been talking about the last week or so about worried about a greed session, a day where it kills premiums, and today feels a little bit like it. But again, like I don't know if it was a month ago when we had the poll. A lot of my watch list is still half of it's green. And then the other thing is, you take a look at the amount of stocks trading over their 50 and 200-day moving average. It's up today. So is this kind of one of those the bad breath, right? When you only had the Mag 7 driving the market gains, now it's like a little of the reverse. And the other names that haven't participated, or maybe we're just staying flat, those are rallying. So, and then is that going to be how the market, gets the new all-time highs? I'll take that, but we'll see what happens here tonight. 686 key spot on the SPY. I mean, call me. I don't like to sit here and pat myself on the back, but that's what I'm doing right now. We came down. Where do you think we came down on the SPY today? 686.04. So riddle me that. This is the 1-day anniversary of me putting this annotation here of support resistance on my SPY chart, and sure enough, we broke the proverbial cherry on my annotation 686. Joking aside, remarkable stuff. Hopefully that's a strong support, even if we do get back there and visit it tomorrow or Friday, that holds up. If that's the case, then maybe it sets place for that, dare I say, 700 on the SPY. If not, you can paint a picture or create a narrative or story, whatever you want to call it, where the market could sell off here and go into correction territory with all the things that are already out there, right? And it's like, to me, it's almost like we need some kind of military action. I don't like to say that. We need some kind of wall of worry event so the market can rally, right? Because it seems like every time we have some event, you would think, okay, that's it, and the market just rallies in face of it. But anyway, that's overall market. Let me just talk about some individual names. First, Viking Pharmaceuticals. Vikings Pharmaceuticals, Therapeutics. One of those names. I mean, I remember trading at $8. I don't know if there's 2-3 years ago, trading at 10, up to 15, into the 20s. Of course, I had it for a lot of the big move. Then I had the data all up to 60, 80, 100. And then it's one of those names that you're like, it had best-in-class GLP-1 data. I can go on and on about it. I'm not going to. But back in the summer, after its important study came out on the oral drug, it was decent, but not decent enough for the stock to rally. Took it on the chin, and here we are, right? So between the summer in August of its data and now, we've had other events. And one is one of my top 5 stocks, GPCR, positive data and some catalysts. That's up in the $80 range today. Turn Pharmaceuticals, Turn and Burn, one of my other favorite names. I was trading at $3, $4, $6, $8. That's up at 40. Was it $40 right now? 37.34. It had good data and some catalysts. And now it looks like maybe it's Vikings' turn to go on the rally mode. So JP Morgan Healthcare Conference this week. I think it ends tomorrow. Maybe it goes all week. But there's pharma names in it, Eli's, MVO's, VKTX presented some slides there. So there's all that stuff going on, and Altimmune, GPCR, all those other GLP-1 names doing presentations and slides and all that fun stuff. But amongst that, you have other companies there, like the MVO, and there's chatter, M&A chatter. Oh, on the eyes for other assets in the GLP-1 space. There's still some of these mega cap names that have cash that still haven't got their hands on some of these names that are still in phase 2, phase 3 study. GPCR is probably, if you had to ask me which name is probably the next acquired in the space, I would think that's the one. But you always have VKTX, and VKTX is probably 5 years from now still trading. It's going to still be trading in the $30 as an M&A story. Joking aside, you look at it now, and the rumors where it was back in the 80-100 range, there was buyout rumors, and here it is at $30. So once it started to move, I'm looking for names to trade on this down day, and we're bouncing here, so maybe we won't be down by the time we're off the audio. So I got the VKTX calls, and probably in hindsight, I should have been more aggressive or got some more lottos. But I got the 34 strikes, and I start closing them on the way up, 34, 35, all the way up to $36. I closed them out for 100%, then 200%. Then the last little batch I got out, and why don't I have this here? Didn't I post it? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Did I not post it? Okay. Well, okay. So I got the last out for close to 400%. And now I'll hold the rest. And the rest of the 34s, they were over $2 earlier. They're $1.80 now. So in order to close those out, I wanted to get some later dated strikes. So I got those February 50 calls. We've done, if you've been in the chat room for a while, you've gone down this road with VKTX before. It's one of the more frustrating stocks to trade on a longer term basis, right? Some of the trades I've had have been multi-day. So don't want to be in a spot where there's some news next week, and who knows if the rally continues tomorrow. I don't want to be chasing, so I got those February strikes. They were up over 50% earlier. They're still close to 50%. I'll just continue to hold those. Take a look. 50-day moving average is 35.86, came all the way up to $36 and sold off. So maybe gets up there tomorrow, breaks through, off to the races. But that's VKTX. Don't want to waste too much time there. Boom, boom. And then pool, right? I wouldn't say finally, but take a look at this chart on pool. It's up, I don't know, 8 of the last 9 sessions. Starting 2026 was under 230. It's only up near 260 now, all the way up to 260. Did it go to 268 this morning? I think it went to 268 this morning. This is with the market pulling. So all the way up to 268.15 at 940, then down to 262 by 1030, and then it's bounced. So right here, it's trying to get back up to that 268 handle. I was watching. I'm like, do I hold these for the 270 break? I still have the 270 lottos. Got to be crazy not to lock some in with. You never know, right? There could be a downgrade tomorrow. So I didn't want to be in a spot where I'm kicking myself. So I took some off for 700% plus, and then I'm looking for the February 290. So I'll probably be patient. Maybe Friday I'll look to get some strikes there, and then I'll just hold the last few of those 270s. What a monster there. Great story. Back over the 50-day, 200-day moving average, sitting there at 288. So that could be a next target. Don't look now. NKLR, Terra Innovatum, however you pronounce it, is in FOMO mode or pre-FOMO mode. The fear of missing out, if you don't know what that stands for. Why should it rally? Hot sector, undiscovered name, tight float. I mean, you can go down a list of possible catalysts. To me, it's just seems like it's one day it's going to get the attention of folks. It's going to go bonkers, and when it does, the premium is going to go. They're going to skyrocket, and going to be kicking yourself for not being in. Take it with a grain of salt. Doesn't mean go load the boat or I'm not a registered investment advisor. Don't say JB told you to load the boat on NKLR calls. You do this long enough. You've seen stories. See it. It's a great story. And anyway, so it's sitting here. Finally, looks like maybe it's going to break out. If it gets going, I see $10 plus. Hopefully it does it by Friday. Got those February strikes. I might look at March calls if it has some strength later. So that's NKLR. I can't get my slides going here. Oh, and then this morning, right? So you always got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you get your butt handed to you, especially when we have downturns. And I've been saying it for the last couple of days. I've been very selective on positions, not being overly aggressive, because at some point there's going to be some pull where it's going to be a miserable day. All your calls are going to get crushed. You're not going to be in puts. And then when you get the puts, they're not going to, the market's going to bounce, right? Those are the kind of days where you say, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Not it. That's what happens if you're not prepared, right? So I knew I was going to get some kind of put hedges while we got down to 686 on the SPY. I was looking at ASML. Lamb Research was already down 2%. ASML was expensive. I was thinking 1180 puts, but I wasn't going to go out and spend $1 on a name that, it's not as liquid, so it's hard to get in and out. So if there's a bounce, you can get in a contract at $1, and then it bounces and you can't get out because the bid is 20 cents and the ask is $1.20. And then you try and get out and the market makers play games. So I went for a more liquid name, Broadcom, which there was already some negative news in regards to security names in China being nixed or banned or whatever it was. And it's been a name that's been pretty fruitful when I do put hedges. So guys, $200, $300 when I was trading to put hedges. So I was looking for decent risk reward strikes. The 320s were kind of expensive. I went and got those 317.50s. The stocks finds some pressure. Maybe it's 337? Gets down to 336. Just can't break through. Starts to bounce a little bit. Didn't want to lose money on the premiums. Closed them out for a small loss. And then funny enough, goes all the way down to 334 and the puts were the same price. So just frustrating when you're trying to find a decent put hedge and those don't even work out even when it moves in the right direction. But I'll continue to look for opportunities to do put hedges, market bounce, so it served its purpose. Sometimes a put hedge is almost like an emotional support, right? Not only going to help support your portfolio, but support you emotionally. So I did that one. Just other names because I got to get off here. Solar Edge, holding up here. It's actually in the green. Still got some time on the strikes here. Don't worry. Going to add something before the end of the week. Into next week. And then Reddit here. I mean, it's down 1%. That's why it's important. Yesterday afternoon, locked those in to cover some cost. Still like this one for upside. Anyway, let's have a great day, folks. I'll be back. Rock and roll.